All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today for this very special show, another very special episode, impromptu. I've got some things to talk about with my audience here on this show. It's going to be a brief show, like 45 minutes to an hour max, because I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. This is really draining. This is draining stuff. So I'm going to get to that in just a few here. But as always, before we get to that, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it is rolling well. And it looks like it is. And let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it looks like it just did. And let me do a sound check. Coach Eli, glad you could all join me here today for this very special show, another very special episode. All right, everything is rolling smoothly. I'm going to start off by saying I'm at a severe loss for words. I'm at a big loss for words. I'm saddened by the behavior of certain people, the reactions of certain people, the levels some people will stoop to or towards for their content when they don't realize how hurtful it is to people that are struggling with certain aspects such as mental illness, depression, anxiety, and other things. Let me just get to the topic here. Let me read the topic here and I'll get right to it. I'm not going to be screaming from the top of my lungs. I'm going to be very low key on this stream because I've talked about this with Dawn. I've shared everything with Dawn already. Dawn knows what's going on. And she's like, it's okay, baby. Just talk about it, let our audience know, and let's just, move forward. Let's acknowledge it because we know our audience is going to see it or has seen it already. And we want them to know that we're okay and we can just move on from it, right? So the title of this show is I'm Saddened by What's Being Said About Dawn. Plus, nothing has changed. One more time. I'm saddened by what's being said about Dawn. Plus, nothing has changed. So, I'm going to start off the show by talking about Dawn and some things that have been said about Dawn once again. Then I'm going to be talking about a few shows that are going to be done by some of these creators and that are, let's just say getting paid to do it, or they're just going to do it no matter what. There are some shows that are being planned to talk about, things that have been, regurgitated so many times over the years. And then there's going to be another show that's going to be done, to try to say things about me that aren't true because I already know everything I said when it comes to this particular person that supposedly, wants to go live with somebody and, share the truth about me or share some things about me that are going to, put this into perspective or whatever. I don't know. Hey, Larry, how you doing? By the way, everyone's been unbanned that was banned or timed out. Raleigh, on your Buy Your Repair channel, Buy Your Repair Guy channel, they actually ended up banning you. I think they timed you out and then they banned you. So you've been unbanned. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on the people that are getting banned. I don't think we have any rogue mods here, but you just never know. If people continue to get banned, I'm going to keep an eye on it, especially our members. And we're going to start removing mod wrenches if we have people that are continuously getting banned without our knowledge. Yeah, just a lot of just underhanded stuff happening just for content. And I really just don't want to talk about this anymore, but a lot of these people continue to insert themselves into my life and Don's life. And I understand we're public figures. They can talk about us to a certain extent, but it has really gotten to the point of where it's become extreme harassment. This is no doubt harassment. Now, Don and I are not coming out here and complaining that we're being bullied and harassed, even though we are. We really are. We're just tackling it head on. We've decided that we're just going to tackle the bullying and harassment head on. We're not even going to call it that. We're just saying that's what it is as an example, but we're not going to even call it that. We're going to tackle it head on, and then we're just going to move forward from it. So let me first start off by talking about Don. I received an email earlier, let's say last night, because right now it's 6:42 a.m. Eastern time, 3:42 a.m. Pacific time here on the West Coast. Good Friday to everyone, by the way. I received an email that sent me an unlisted link to a review of the latest members only live stream that Don and I did. Now, I'm going to be sharing some examples about what some creators have been doing. I'm not going to be mentioning certain creators by my choice. Now, the main creators, obviously, I'll be talking about. We've got the Jamies, the JB Gunners, and the Tiffany's and all that. But besides that, there's no need to mention any of the other people that are creating this content because they're doing this more as a hobby. And, when I'm dealing with these situations, I always go to the head of the snake. You always have to deal with the head of the snake. Okay? So I received an unlisted link to a review of the latest members only live stream that Don and I did the other day. And so I clicked into it and I literally skimmed through it and listened to about maybe 3 to 5 minutes of it. And the things I heard that were said about Don just broke my heart. I'm very saddened by it. And I know the person that made this stream is probably even watching right now. Don is not upset. I'm not upset. But we're just very saddened by the fact that you know what Don is going through. And this has nothing to do with Don. And this has even nothing to do with me. Like these creators, I don't even talk about them. I don't even talk about any of these creators that I've been doing. There have been a bunch of creators that I don't talk about that have been creating lots of content on me lately. But I'm just going to focus on Dawn and what was said about Dawn. I'm not going to say what was said about Dawn. What I will say was very vile. It was very, very just hurtful. It was very hurtful. Good morning, Harlem Shake. How you doing? I don't know how many stock accounts you have, but whatever. It is what it is. It was very hurtful. There really was no need to take it to that level, to say the things that were said. You know, if you're going to do a reaction video, react to what's being said on the video, not ad hominem attacks. This was one big ad hominem attack. I don't know why. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Is it because that's what the audience wants? Is it because that's how the person saying these things actually feels? Is it a combination of both? Is it one or the other? I don't know. I don't know. But Don and I would never, ever, ever come at anyone in that way. Now, have we overreacted at times, you know, and said some things we didn't mean, but we apologize for those things. But just to come at my woman, because the real problem is with me. Let's just face it. The real problem is with me. And there really isn't even a problem with me. It's just I'm the one that Silicone is paying people to make content on. So, you know, I'm the one that you guys need to talk about and come at. But if you're going to come at my woman, that's really not cool. Now, yeah, like I said, I clicked in for like maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes, skimmed through. I mean, you know, you hear one or two nasty things about your woman. You don't need to hear a whole entire stream of nastiness, right? So I clicked away and that was it. You know, I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. All I got to say is that no one would want to be talked about in that way, on or off of YouTube. No one would want to be talked about in that way. It's not cool. But again, I talked with Dawn about it, and here's the thing. Here's what Dawn actually said. She said this, and I agreed with her. She said, "Let them talk about me all they want. I'm not mad. It used to upset me. It doesn't upset me anymore." And I'm like, "Are you sure, babe? Like, what's been going on?" Because like I got to tell you, you know, all of a sudden, you know, Dawn has started to snap out of what she's been going through. She's been going through a lot between her mother, her daughter, and I started to realize what was really affecting her when Dawn broke her ankle and she had her first surgery towards the end of last year. The first doctor made a big mistake and she got a big infection over it. And the second doctor, which is a part of the medical clinic that we're a part of, the medical foundation down there a part of, you know, after seeing, you know, the x-ray and everything, he saw there was a massive infection in there because of the mistake the first doctor made. And he said, we can go in there, we can, remove the rod, put a new one in, and do the best we can to remove the infection. If we can remove the infection, that's what will help you heal. If the infection doesn't go, there could be problems. And that scared Don. It scared me too. And Dawn had her second surgery. The doctor did a phenomenal job. This doctor is one of the most humble doctors I've met, but he is a phenomenal doctor and a surgeon. He's a surgeon. And then they put Dawn on some very powerful medication to clear the infection through a PICC line going directly to her heart. And for 6 weeks, every night, I had to inject her with this powerful medication. Harlem Shake, they will reap what they sow. It doesn't matter, man. Listen, dude, I'm not complaining about it. Neither is Don. We're done arguing these people. We're done fighting them. We're not complaining. We're just putting it out there because we know our audience has seen this more than likely. I'm sure they have because one of them sent me the link. I didn't even know this was happening. I don't know when stuff's done unlisted. I don't. And quite frankly, what I don't know doesn't hurt me, doesn't hurt Don, doesn't affect us. But anyway, so, after the 6 weeks of taking that medication through the PICC line, then Dawn was put on oral antibiotics for another, I think it was 4 to 6 weeks. And then she's had some follow-up appointments with her surgeon doctor. And, after, all the powerful medication was injected for 6 weeks, and then the oral antibiotics, the medication, we had our first follow-up with the surgeon, and he said it was looking good. It looks like the infection is pretty much almost gone. And then we've had a few follow-ups since that point, and as of this past week, the doctor cleared her 100% full weight bearing. She's recovered from it. No infection, no nothing. And ever since that appointment, that was earlier this past week, I believe it was, I think it was Monday. Dawn's had new life come into her. She's just been glowing. She's been happy. And I'm not saying she wasn't happy before, but this is going to depress anyone. If you were told that you could possibly lose your foot over an infection that wasn't your fault because the first doctor did a shitty surgery, you would be depressed yourself, right? So Dawn has just been ecstatic ever since she was cleared. Additionally, one of her other doctors, the psychologist, the psychiatrist that she meets through video a couple times a month, Dawn's been struggling with blurred vision, and there was a medication that was given to her for night terrors. And we were told by the doctor to wean Dawn off of it. Do the full dosage of four pills for 5 days, then go down to 3 pills for 5 days, then 2 pills for 5 days, then 1 pill for 5 days, and keep it at 1 pill until the next session with him. which was earlier today. And because Dawn has seen progress, she's starting, her vision's starting to clear up again. He said to just completely stop it. Larry says, half the drama generation comes from subs and mods, sending creators screenshots and clips thinking they're somehow helping. Yeah, it's all a bunch of garbage, and a lot of it is just altered, and it's just stupid, man. It's like, you're right, man. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. But anyway, so, Dawn's starting to see better again, which is why she started to participate in the chats. She stepped away because she was having issues with her vision, and we've been trying to figure it out. And I think we're starting to finally figure it out now. Plus, now she can walk again 100% weight bearing, and things are starting to turn around for her. So she's just feeling great. So her attitude has shifted to the point of where she's blowing my mind away, because I don't expect her or any other woman that I would be with, or any other woman in general, to put up with even 1/10 of this shit I'm dealing with out here. But she's like, baby, I have your back. It's okay. Let them say what they're going to say. It's not a big deal. As long as you and I are happy, that's all that matters. Let them say what they're going to say. They're just words. And I when Dawn was telling me this, like, I share everything with her. I basically played her a few of the clips from that unlisted live stream. And I expected her to get upset and get triggered and all that. And she's like, that's okay. I know that's not who I am. That's all that matters. If it makes these people feel better to say those things, or if it helps them, with their audience or whatever, just let them do it. It's okay. In due time, it will play out the way it's supposed to play out. And that's why I'm calm. I'm really calm right now, because it's like my woman is truly, really beginning to understand this whole situation on YouTube and how stupid it is. And it's just not worth getting upset over. It drains you. It emotionally and mentally drains you, which drains you, physically in very severe ways. So I'm very proud of her. And that's what matters. So I want to make our audience aware that we're not offended by any negative comments that are said about Dawn or myself. To the person that sent me the unlisted link, they sent it anonymously. Like, these people, like, I get it. Even our own people, they don't want to get attacked. They don't want to be known as the one that sent the link. I wouldn't say anything anyway. Give me a second. All right. Sorry about that. But thank you. And again, if you didn't send it to us, we wouldn't have known, and it wouldn't have mattered. The only reason why we talked about it is you sent us a link, and that's telling me maybe some other people have seen it and might as well tackle it head on and move on. So that's that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, I did my Walking with Purpose stream yesterday. And while I was on there, I mentioned some things. I mentioned the person that I'm not going to mention here today because, quite frankly, I I think this person is an awesome person, but there's just too much drama surrounding this person. And I'm not holding anything against this person, but there's just too much drama surrounding this person that doesn't have anything to do with me. But me just mentioning their name upsets some people, which I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't understand what it is about this person. If I mention their name, or if I want to go on a panel with them, or if I want to, do content with them, I don't get what the problem is. I don't understand it. But some people got upset, and there was a panel that was run during. Actually, there were several people that were rebroadcasting me, even though they were strongly suggested to not rebroadcast me by Jamie, who's the main person in their group. Okay. Even though a lot of these people say they're independent, which is fine. If you folks are independent, but you still support Jamie, that's cool. But he basically put out a message several days ago saying that, he's going to stop the restreams, and he's suggesting strongly to everyone else to stop them as well. And they were doing that until today. And a restream was started because I mentioned somebody's name. And I just don't understand why that upset the person that upset. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't hurt people. I would never hurt this person. There was something said that I'm going to weaponize this person. A blue cigar. All the cigars are banned. They're trolling. I would never weaponize this person or anyone against Tiffany. It was stated that I was going to try to use this person to weaponize them to go against Tiffany. And that's not true at all. I can handle Tiffany or anyone on my own. I don't need anyone's help to per se go after anyone. And I don't want to go after anyone. I'm just going to defend myself. That's all. All I've been doing is defending myself against all you fools. That's it. And Jamie was on that panel. And Jamie was saying to the other creator to just let it go. And I'm just really confused by the whole thing. I don't even know why that even happened in the first place. I don't even know what I did wrong. I don't even know what was wrong about me talking about that other person. I just don't get it. I'm at the point right now where I don't know who I am allowed to talk about or do content with and who I'm not. It's like I don't even know. I don't even know. But Jamie made another statement on that stream. I'm going to talk about it here, and I'm just going to tackle this head on. He's going to be doing a stream, I guess, later tonight. He polled his audience. What type of content did they want? Do they want more of the Eli content, or they want the Krama ladies? And the Krama ladies is what the audience wanted. But he said he's going to poll his audience in the chat if they want him to do a stream regarding one of my past sponsor. Now, I'm not going to talk about my past sponsor, and the situation that happened. If you want to go over there and hear what Jamie says, that's on you. I suggest you ignore all that. I've already tackled this head on a long time ago, I've also been asked by the family to not talk about it anymore. And I'm still going to respect that to this day. And they're going to try to say, well, he's just trying to avoid this and that. What's done is done. That's old news. So if you want to talk about my past sponsor and what happened and what you feel happened, and you want to continue to rehash that. And I think the reason why this is the reason why I think he wants to go there, because I've been talking about his sponsor. Well, here's the difference, Jamie. Back in the days when I had my sponsor, he never paid me to create hateful content on people. Now, I know you're going to come out and say that that's not what you're being paid for. Well, yeah, I guess you can kind of say technically you're not being paid to come at me directly, but there's a strong emphasis for Eli content. Okay? So that's the difference, right? So that's why I think he wants to talk about my past situation with my sponsor, my former sponsor, and that's fine. If you want to talk about it, dude, it's all good. Make your money, entertain your audience, do what you got to do. It's all good. Okay? If you want to rehash the entire past all over and over again, no problem, dude. I'm just making my audience aware that, hey, if you would rather go and watch him talk about something that's been talked about 6,000 times in the last several years, be my guest. I'm not going to stop you. And I can't control what you do anyway, right? So that's that. Now, after that stream, there was another stream by another woman. I'm not going to mention her name. And I did put it out there on the Walking with Purpose stream. I was being rebroadcast. And basically, I got to the point of where I said, look, I'm going to have, now that Dawn's eyesight is back pretty much, it's not 100%, but she can see pretty decent again. She's now able to file copyright strikes again. And she has access, to all my channels. And so basically, Dawn was sending me text messages. She's one of the few people that can bypass my do not disturb while I'm live on the air. And I told Dawn to file a copyright strike. To file a DMCA copyright takedown. And next thing you know, our numbers start going up and the other person removed the stream. Okay? Now, again, I get this person saying, I'm not technically Legion, but I do like to watch some of Jamie's content. That's fine. You don't have to label yourself anything. You can label yourself whatever you want or not have a label at all. That's fair, right? But you do associate with him. So, and, you're good friends with people in that group. So there is a level of respect that you all have with Jamie. And when he asks you for a favor, when he asks you to do something, if you respect him, you're going to listen to it, right? And you folks were listening to it, but then all of a sudden you just, boom, decided to go against that, right? Now, I'm not blaming you, James. That's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm not blaming you at all. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying, all of a sudden it went from we're no longer restreaming Eli to here again, we're restreaming him, right? Harlem got stubbed out. What does that mean? Jason, how you doing? Jason, you got timed out by Nightbot. He said, oh, I know why you got timed out, Jason. You're not allowed to use that name. I cannot have that name here in my chat. because I'm not talking about this person by name. I'm dancing around it because there are other people that are a part of this that I need to talk about. I'm trying to be respectful to what I was asked to do. Okay. But you were saying, he said he wants everyone to ice me out. Okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, I would love it if they iced me out. I would love it if him and everyone else iced me out. That's all I've ever wanted, is for them to ice me out. Because what I've said is this. What I've said is, look, if you guys are going to keep doing underhanded stuff to me as your content, whether you're paid or not, but it's typically because they're getting paid, I'm going to continue to defend myself, and I'm going to defend Dawn, and I'm going to also defend my honor and Dawn's honor and mine. So icing out is the best thing for them to do. So Jason, yeah, just if you want to talk about that, do not mention her name. Every variation of her name and certain other people's names out here are blocked. So Nightbot will time you out automatically for that. And it's only for 5 seconds the first time and 15 seconds each time afterwards. So I'm sorry about that, Jason. Talk about it on that stream that happened last night. Do not mention her name. On that stream that happened last night, this is what Jamie said. Okay. I even think Jamie's name is a blocked word here too. I've been accused of banning or blocking the entire alphabet. Unless you're a Mahdi or you get timed out for just showing up. That's pretty funny. If you can't laugh at yourself, you're not allowed to laugh at anyone else. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it was. And Nightbot said it. Jason, you are attempting to use a block word. It's all good, dude. You're good, Jason. You're good. I'm sorry about that, okay? So, yeah. I mean, James, honestly, that's a great thing. Ice me out. Because if you guys ice me out, then I stop having to defend myself. Just like you've always said, James. If people talk about you, you're going to talk about them. You're going to defend yourself, right? So all I'm doing now is defending myself and defending Dawn and defending both of our honor. That's it. Tiffany is hiding. No, she's not. She went live earlier, man. She is not hiding. Now, if she hit her channel again, yeah, we're going to get to her. We're going to get to Tiffany and JB Gunner here in just a few. I want to wrap up on this, the Jamie side of things, with the people that support Jamie, whether they consider themselves to be Legion or not. Okay. Let me see. Let me see here. Oh, so she actually made that last stream to private. It's okay. I heard it while it was live. The only stream I didn't hear was the one that she did yesterday morning after I did my stream and pretty much called her out on the truth. But she even talked about what she said on the stream that she just did a few hours ago after midnight Pacific time. And boy, she was triggered, and she actually apologized for it. But she was super triggered. And listen, the only times that people get super triggered are when you call them out on the truth. When you call people on the truth, that's when they get triggered. Oh, it doesn't matter. Jason, I have those initials. Listen, Jason, no disrespect to you. I even have the initials blocked. So you putting in those initials there, which normally she would be okay with, but I've been asked to not talk about her name, or I'm not even trying to talk about her. I'm not talking about her. I had to mention one thing earlier because there was a stream that was done and my woman was being discussed in not a cool way. But we're beyond that. For some reason, Miss T is so triggered by you, she needs to get over it. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't hate anyone, including her. I've never gone at her or anyone. All I've done is defend myself. Like, I don't understand why these people are so triggered. Like I don't even talk about them. Like, the people I've talked about are like Jamie, JB Gunner, Tiffany, but I don't talk about, these other people that are coming at me. I don't understand. Like, these people come at me unprovoked. I can understand if I poke the bear. If you poke the bear's going to eat you. But the bear's trying to eat me without me even antagonizing it. Like, I haven't even antagonized the bear, but the bear still wants to eat me. It's weird. I don't get it. Speaking of her, and I'm not supposed to be talking about her. I don't want to talk about her, but I will say that, she now says, I've got this Rumble channel where I'm going to be reviewing older Eli content. Come on. So be my guest. Go to Rumble, make an entire channel about Eli, Don, both of us, whatever, right? Why are you going to invest so much time into making content on me? Now, unless you're getting paid a lot of money to do it and it justifies the amount of time you're putting into it, I can understand that. But besides that, like, why do you want to go to Rumble and dedicate an entire channel to me? Yeah, I understand that, Jason, and I've tackled that. Okay. I put that out there and said, look, I've been asked to not say anything about her. Okay. And, she continues to say things about me, but I'm just letting that go. I get that, Jason. I listen, Jason, I'm not going to poke the bear. I'm not going to poke the bear. Okay. What matters, Jason, is I'm doing my part. I'm respecting her wishes. I'm respecting the wishes of people that don't want to be talked about, whether they talk about me or not. I understand that comes off unfair, and it is unfair, but it is what it is. And I'm just still trying to explain the situation while still doing my part. You get what I'm saying? Miss T can just stop watching your content, but she won't. That's up to her. If she's a fan, she's a fan. I think they're all fans, dude. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I really don't. Jason, you're right. Listen, Jason, I understand where you're coming from, dude. You're not wrong. It's just that, like, I'm just trying to do what's right. Larry says, wow, imagine how desperate you must be to trowel up old Eli content for entertainment. Well, Larry, if that's what they want to do and they want to take it to Rumble, be my guest. It's all good. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about a thing. I talked with Don about it, and Don and I are just accepting it. We're just putting it out there to make our audience aware that Don and I are both cool. We understand. We don't want people to worry. We don't want people to think that Don is, hurting over this or anything. Yes, it is not cool what's going on, especially what was said about Don. But Dawn's just choosing to not let it get to her anymore. And I love her, and I'm very proud of her for it. I am. Gotcha, Eli. I won't mention her. No, I get. Thank you, Jason. Jason, listen, honestly, I'm not trying to tell you what you can and can't say. You have your freedom of speech. What I'm saying is that I'm doing my part. I've been asked by certain people within that group to not talk about them. And they've also mentioned that if I don't stop talking about them, they may go legal on me. So what would you do if somebody, said they're going to go, they possibly may go legal on you? What would you do, right? Even if they're talking about me, but they've told me they may go legal if I don't stop talking about them, I'm going to respect their wishes. That's it. That's all I can do. I'm doing my part. Oh, boy. Give me a second, folks. I'll be right back. We are back. We are back live. Ooh, I got an itch on my nose. Itchy. All right. We are just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm just going to get right to it. All right. Yeah, I had helped Dawn with something real quick. Dawn got up. She says hello to everyone. She's not going to be in the chat right now. She's going to be going back to bed soon, and I'm going to be joining her soon because I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. Yeah. Let me check out the chat here, real quick. Hey, Bayou Repair Guy, how you doing? Yeah, they had banned you also. They not only timed you out, they banned you, but the rogue mod has been removed and everything should be good now. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the members and everyone, that could potentially be banned. I'm going to be keeping an eye on everyone, so I'll make sure that everything's going to be good. But I think we're okay for right now. Yeah. Well, let me do a sound check real quick again. Let me make sure everything is still rolling smoothly. She says hello to everyone. She's not going to be in the chat right now. She's going to be going back to bed soon, and I'm going to be joining her soon because I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. Yeah, I am exhausted. I'll do commentary on my delay. Anyway, thank you so much to the 60 people that are here right now. 8 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please share this out. Don and I, we truly thank our real supporters for your continued support. Thank you so much for continuing to support us through these interesting times. Let's just call it that. Anti-Lycan Legion is here. Hey, Eli. Hey, chat. I hope you're all amazing, right? Yeah. Let's see. Bayou Repair Guy, Raleigh, says, I suggest you quit mentioning those people's names. Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the whole point. But, some things transpire, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on it in a respectful way. I like go back and check out the replay, Raleigh, for the parts that you missed. I'm just, tackling things head on. I'm just reporting the news, and I'm not attacking anyone. I'm not threatening anyone. I'm not doing anything. I'm just stating what happened, That's all. And I'm hearing in the chat, so Jason, you were saying that Jamie's saying he wants his people to ice me out. Now, when I say his people that he associates with, okay, whether you're considered Legion or not, okay, I understand people are independent and they're on their own. They can still support someone that runs a group without technically being labeled a part of that group. That's fine, not a big deal. But so he was saying that he wants people that are associated with him or have been creating content on me to basically ice me out. And that would be fine because then we would all just move on and do our own thing. And that's all I've ever wanted. And that's all Don's ever wanted, right? I understand it's your channel, says Jason. Yeah, no, Jason, I understand where you're coming from. I just don't want to create any more problems for myself, for Don, or any of us. And I understand that, some things may not seem fair and they're not fair, but that's okay. I don't want to pour more gasoline on the fire. I want to put water on the fire and move forward. That's all, Jason, it's from to trawl. It's from the fishing technique whereby the net drags the sea bat. Oh, that's interesting, Larry. Thanks for sharing that, man. Appreciate that. Flint says hello, Eli in chat. Hey, Flint, how you doing? Welcome to the show. By your repair guy, just woke up. Good morning to you, Raleigh. Great to see you here, man. Anti-like Legion, at By Your Repair Guy. I start work in 30 minutes. First cup of Joe from you. I haven't had, well, I have some coffee right here, but this is leftover from yesterday. I just heated it up. I need to make a fresh pot after I take another 2 or 3 hour nap once this show ends, you know? But even coffee that's not fresh still has caffeine in it, so it works. By Your Repair Guy says, LOL, Legion, I need to get out of this bed and start my pot of coffee myself. Amen, amen, Raleigh. The Horse World, welcome to the show. Great to see you here. The Horse World says, I'm a silent viewer. I don't blame you because you don't want to get attacked, right? I don't blame you. But I want to tell you, I'm impressed how strong you and Don have been through this difficult time. Well, I've been doing this for over 6 years, and I know the game. I know how, I know exactly what these people are doing and why they're doing it. And it's just, look, it's all about money. That's all it boils down to. If there was no money involved, there's no way any one of these people would be coming at me the way they are in ways that don't make sense. Oh, Tia's here. Hey, Tia. Good morning, Eli. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry, Tia, I didn't see you there. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, you make a lot of sense there, the horse world. Thank you so much. Lucy, morning all, just got back from a run. Hey, Lucy, I believe you were the same Lucy that was in my Walking with Purpose stream earlier. Let me let you folks know what happened on my Walking with Purpose stream earlier. YouTube, when you shut down the YouTube app and you launch it back up, and you go to live stream, if you're on an active live stream, it usually will give you an option to resume the stream. And it gave me that option like 3 or 4 times when I had to shut down the app to go do something else on my phone really, really quickly. But after doing it 4 or 5 times, it didn't give me that option again, and I couldn't restart the live stream I was on. So I went in the chat and told everyone that I had to end the live stream. But Lucy, you were the one that gave a $19.99 super chat at the end of that stream, and I thanked you in the chat, but I want to thank you personally now. You said, see, this is what's cool about YouTube when you're on a laptop or even on the, YouTube Studio app, but on my laptop, I can see this. Lucy, $19.99 super chat. The message was, Dawn is looking fabulous. Going to give you a big round of applause for that, Lucy, and sorry that I couldn't come back on to thank you earlier, but I did in the chat. Thank you so much for that. Big round of applause. You see, I don't forget. I don't forget. When people are spending their hard-earned money to support creators like myself and Don just for talking, I mean, you literally are paying us money to talk. Just think about that. I keep saying that. And Don and I were like so blessed that people would even consider paying us money and supporting us for talking. God bless you, Lucy. I don't know if you believe or not. Most people here do believe in God, but whether you believe in God or not, God bless you anyway. Thank you so much for that. Patty donated $9.99 earlier on the Walking with Purpose stream. Good job, everyone. AZ Prod, $4.99. Tia, $10. Love that you're feeling better, Dawn, to stop this BS. Jigwork 2, $2. I hope these people soon stop obsessing over you. Sweetie Pie, $1.49. Those were from the past, like 2 streams. Thank you again to everyone that has donated. Raleigh, thank you also again for being a $99.99 Superfan sponsor and for being understanding to what's been going on here. Wow. Lucy, morning all. Just got back from a run. Thank you again, Lucy. Jason, he did say he can't control everyone, but he does suggest they stop. So you're telling me, Jason, once again today on that stream earlier, yesterday, because it's after midnight. It's the next day now. But yesterday, he was telling people to ice me out, which is a good thing. I respect that, James. I do. TS says, hey, Lucy, by Reparaga says, if the Legion is icing you, that's the goal, and we can move on. I personally need help producing some informational videos for Circuit Board Mechanics YouTube channel. Yeah, well, we can all give you some feedback, Raleigh. So I don't know if you're good at video editing. I'm good at video editing. I just haven't had time to do it in a while. That's why I've been going live. But yeah, if you need some, ideas and stuff, I'm sure we can all help you here. And I'm sure if you need a video editor, there's somebody around these neck of the woods that has the time to do it. Or I'm sure you can do the video editing too. You just need the ideas, right? Anti-Like Legion, thumb up our host. Tia says hello, the horse world. Lucy says Tia, love. Okay, saying hello to everyone. Okay. Lucy said, I agree with Horse World. Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Lucy. Thank you. Richard T, good morning. The gray is looking sharp. I still haven't done my beard, bro. I look terrible, but I don't care. I look terrible, but screw it. I need to wash my hat like the other people, like the other site says. I need to dye this hat. I mean, I could buy a new one, but this hat is so strong. It's a Kangol. I can dye it with some shoe dye and then just wash it. I just haven't had time to do it. But it's cool. I don't care. It's not a big deal. I think I look okay enough. Even though I don't look as good as normal, I don't care. I don't care. I don't. Richard T. Sorry, the horse wild. You're welcome. Thank you again. Tia says hi, Richard T. Jason says hi, Tia. Lucy. Lucy, I wondered what happened. Yeah, you heard what happened though, right? Lucy says, Jason, hello. Tia says, thanks again, Lucy. Lucy says, we will not let them ice you out. Well, here's the thing, Lucy. We want them to ice us out because then we can focus on our own content. I think what you're thinking icing out means is that they put me out of business and that's that. When they say they're going to ice me out, it means they're no longer going to talk about me, rebroadcast me, or do pre-recorded review or response videos to me. Which means that if they're not talking about me, I have no reason to talk about them. And then, people aren't going to come here to hear me talk about the drama stuff. But I have my regular, real content that I want to focus on, and there are people that are here for that. So we want them to ice us out. Lucy says, you're welcome, and yes, I believe in God. Fantastic. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for believing in the good Lord and God. Amen to that. Big round of applause. Wonderful. Lucy, I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not a Bible thumper or anything like that, but I do believe that God has a plan for everyone. And whatever is meant to be is meant to be, right? Let me get through this because I have one more thing I want to talk about before I go off the air here. Anti-Like Legion. Eli, if you and Don had met earlier and you had children, what would you name your child? As we know in Cali, people come up with some wild names. Well, the Greek tradition is naming the first child after the man's father, which would be Dimitri, like after my dad. And then the first daughter would be named after my mother, which would be Eleni. Now, the second son and the second daughter would be named after, Don's parents, Don's mom and dad. And we're not talking about them right now because we're just not talking about Don's mom right now or anything like that. Don is doing well. And Dawn says when her mother calls her, and she loves her mom, but if her mom starts to be mean, she'll just tell her mom, Mom, this conversation's not good for my mental health. Let's talk when it can be a little more positive. I'm really proud of Dawn. I've always been proud of Dawn, but lately she's just been so strong and just so happy. I'm so thrilled at how she's handling things. So there's your answer there. Let's see. Buy Your Repair Guy says, I feel like we have a really nice group here, and I'm very, very proud of what you built. Well, thank you, Raleigh, and thank you for your help in that, Raleigh. You've had a big part in that. Even Tiffany had a big part in that. Patty's had a huge part in that. Tia's had a huge part in that. AZ Prats had a huge part in that. Sandra Palacios had a huge part in that as well. All of you here, too many to mention, you all had a huge part in that, and thank you. Thank you. We greatly appreciate that. We really do. Larry says, hey, Tia. Auntie says, I agree, Raleigh. Jason says, yes, he went on her stream and said that. Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate you. Because I didn't hear that part, dude. It's like, I don't have time to go through all these streams. Like, these people think I'm watching all their streams and hearing everything they're saying. I simply don't have the time for that. So, you knowing that, Jason, you helped me out. Jason, I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that, brother. Big round of applause. Thank you for making me aware, because that's a good thing. And if that's what James is able to accomplish through his people, then I'll say, hey, thank you, James. Seriously, thank you. Okay? Tia says, me also, Lucy. I lean on him quite often. You're talking about God, right? Absolutely. I lean on God. I think God's getting tired of me because I've been leaning on God way too much lately, but God will say, that's all right, Elias. You can lean on me all you want. I'm the strongest man in the universe. Now, never mind. I'm not going to say anything else. I was going to say something, but I don't want to say it. Good to see you, Larry, says Tia. Auntie says, you do not look terrible at all, Eli. Stop it. Well, I like having my beard trimmed, and I like the Just for Men and all that. I just haven't had the time. And it's been good luck, too, so screw it. But thank you, Auntie. Lucy says, all they have is personal attacks. Those are known as ad hominem attacks. They're the kings and queens of ad hominem attacks. You're right, Lucy. Lucy says, agree that Tia. Lucy says, yes, that's what I mean. Fantastic. Tia says, buy your repair guy. I agree. A really great group. Thank you, Tia. You've been a huge part of that. Thank you so much. It's so funny. The soccer count's coming in here right now. And yeah, we know who's running those socks, and it's okay. They're just miserable clowns, and they're bored. Larry says, thank you, Tia, for moderating. Appreciate that. Larry says, I remember that fat Greek Dennis Roussos, fantastic singer, and that timeless song, Forever and Ever. Yeah. By a repair guy, this is the start of building community. Jeff, that's what this is. Going to lead to a good mental health foundational coaching channel. Well, thank you for that, Raleigh. I appreciate that. By a repair guy says, people have been coming at me saying, who has Eli helped? Show me an example. And I put out a community posting listing out all the examples of how you help people in this community, and no one said a word. I got to check that out, Raleigh. I haven't had time. I'll check it out. Thank you for making me aware. Lucy says, I noticed a significant change in Dawn, Eli. You've done a really great job helping her through the process of healing. That means a lot, Lucy. Seriously, thank you for that. That does mean a lot. It's been a lot, but I love her and I'll do anything for her. On the members only live stream we did the other day, like Dawn looked amazing. She looked amazing. And I'm just proud of her. I'm really proud of her. A lot of people don't realize I've been creating a lot of content, doing a lot of live streaming, and taking care of Dawn, and doing other things for my family. And I'm 50 years old now, and I'm still going. So that means a lot, Lucy. It does. Yeah, we're not going to answer that. Lucy says, glad you pointed all that out, Raleigh. Yeah, I'm going to go check that out later today. Thank you, Raleigh. I'll share that. 72 in the box, 15 thumbs up. Please smash a thumbs up and please share this out. Okay, one more thing. We got to the bottom of the chat. That was a lot. Let me see here. Well, Raleigh says, by your repair guy, no one will give Eli credit even when he does something good. And that's a shame because that's not fair. He's the only person treated like this in this community. That's because everyone's been paid to come at me, Raleigh. It all boils down to money. I don't even really think any of these people truly, truly hate me. Maybe some don't like some of the things I say or do at times. But when you're getting paid a lot of money to hate someone, I mean, you do it for the money. Tia says, by a repair guy, they can't think for themselves. They can't stand alone and give Eli any credit. Oh, thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say. Okay, one more thing I want to talk about here. We talked about the members only unlisted stream reaction video. We talked about the Jamie situation. We talked about the other woman, Miss T, and she's going to be going to Rumble and reviewing my older content. Last thing I want to talk about is Tiffany and JV Gunner. I'm going to be very brief about this. I didn't hear Tiffany stream from yesterday morning in response to my stream where I basically called her out and I filled in the missing blanks of the missing blank of what she left out regarding the screenshot she put out. And then Tiffany, you were even saying, actually, I did hear part of it, but I also heard most of your stream before you took it down from a few hours ago. Okay. And what you're saying, Tiffany, is that I took it out of context. No, I didn't take it out of context, Tiff. If you want to share the exact chronological order of the conversation we had offline, you can do it. I can do it. All I did was read the messages before and after that where you shared that one screenshot on your community wall. I didn't take anything out of context. I didn't. That was fully in context. And listen, I don't feel the need to share screenshots of it. If I have to, I will. But I don't want to do that. But I have it. And if anyone wants it, I can email it to you. Like, it's nothing bad. Nothing I said to you privately is something that I hadn't already talked about publicly. So you're telling me that I took it out of context? No, I read it exactly as the conversation went. Because, see, Tiff, you've done the same things that Jamie and other people at the Legion have done. You take a piece of content, you'll take a video, Or you'll take a conversation with someone and you'll share one part of it where you can spin the narrative into making that person look bad. Whereas if you shared the context before and after that part, whether it's a video or a text conversation, it would actually, make a lot of sense and not make the person look bad. So you guys selectively clip things through videos. You selectively screenshot parts of conversations, and you don't put out the whole context of it. That's all I did. So if you're going to continue to try to deny that I put out the truth, then I'm going to have to show further proof. And I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Tia says, buy your repair guide. Sad. I feel bad about it. Why do you feel bad about it, Tia? I'm just kind of curious. Thank you, but why do you feel bad about it? Lucy says, truth bombs. Thank you. Jason says, some of them have sponsors, but some of them just get paid by the subs of Eli's haters. Yeah, it's silicone. Silicone is the sponsor. 70 in the box, 74 in the box now, 17 thumbs up. Please smash a thumbs up. Please share this out. But then Tiffany was saying, and I heard this from other people too, but I heard her say this, that, her and JB Gunner have a show plan on where she's going to go on his show and share the truth about what happened between her and I and this and that. I've already done that, Tiff. I've already done it. And here's the funny thing. As much as I'm not fond of what Jamie and other people have done at the Legion, right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm not saying I am buddy with that side, but if they're right about something, right is right and wrong is wrong. And even Jamie and other people at the Legion said that they're not going to tune in to watch that show with you and JB Gunner because they know it's going to be all phony baloney, fake instigated drama. You know why? They do the same thing on their end. They're going to focus more time on their fake instigated drama and not deal with yours. But here's the thing. That show's not scheduled until Saturday. That's when Gunner does these shows. Now, if he makes an exception and does it later today, Tiffany's saying, well, I'm going to be out of town this weekend. So if he wants to do it, she said last night, if he wants to do it tomorrow, which I think she meant, it was after midnight when she said that, but I think she was talking about today, Friday. If it happens today, Friday, she'll do it with Gunner. If not, Gunner's going to have to do it on his own. And then Gunner will have no show. Gunner will still do a show, but without having Tiff there, it's not going to be the same. And even with Tiff there, what are you going to put out there that I haven't already put out? Like, what are you guys going to talk about that I haven't already talked about? That's why I go live overnight before you guys talk, because I'm basically telling you exactly what's going to happen. So it's not even worth doing a show on it. Lucy says, I'm really disappointed in Tiff to actually be on a stream where they'll be also discussing Dawn. How low can you go? So, Lucy, are you, I'm sure you're in here on a sock. Are you a former Tiff supporter? Like, were you supporting Tiff and now you see the light? You see how this has all been one big game? And she says she was semi-trolling me. No, you were fully trolling me, Tiff. And I knew that, but I still played along. I played along because I was hoping that you would see the light. But you kept pushing the agenda of trying to get JB Gunner and I to work together. And that was never going to happen. They pushed into doing that as part of your payment. You're getting paid, Tiff. Don't lie. You're trying to cover up the fact that you're not getting paid. You're getting paid. You're getting paid. You are. Jason says, Tiff is sounding a little unstable lately. She needs to take a break. I don't know if I'd go that far. But I think she took the money because she wants to take care of her son. And I can't blame her for that. But, get paid to come at me when I've done nothing wrong to her or anyone. But here's the thing. I know what I said last night, and I'll come out and say this. You know what, Tiff? If you want to take money from Silicone, aka Brian or whoever, right, wants to pay you to talk smack about me to take care of your son, then you know what, Tiff? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it and take care of your son, because your son deserves to be taken care of. Okay? And if this is the only way you're able to do that, then so be it. God bless you. God bless your son. God bless your family. Take care of your son. I don't care. What I do care about is the truth. Okay? But you're not allowed to admit that you're getting paid, because that's part of your NDA, your non-disclosure agreement. TS says, I think you're a good guy with a good heart, really trying to help people, and you are constantly getting bashed. You are kind to everyone till they give you a reason not to be. Yeah, that's exactly how I am. And I think you and Patty are the same way too. I think a lot of people here are like that. And thank you for that, Tia. Appreciate that. Lucy says, seems like wars over Eli. Yeah, because the sponsor is paying these people money, and the sponsor is also incentivizing people to get things done. I honestly think, if I had to guess, that Tiffany was offered a big bonus if she could convince me to do a show with JB Gunner. That's why she was trying so hard. If that makes sense to you, put a 1 in the chat if this makes sense to you. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you feel that Tiffany was offered a large incentive if she was able to successfully get me to do a show with JB Gunner, which is why she was pushing it so hard. If not, put a 2. I'm going to say 1. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what happened. Let's see. TS says, agree, lady. Lucy says, yes, some. By your repair guy. We all know Tiffany sold out, so she lost some integrity. Lost some integrity? As far as I'm concerned, she lost all integrity and trust with me. And she'll never get it back. The only way I would ever give Tiff another chance, if she even wanted one, is if she apologized to myself and Don publicly, okay? And then got her man involved in this too. Jason says, I thought her BF makes lots of money. He does. But is it his responsibility to take care of her, in those aspects? It's not his responsibility. And I think he's tried to help her, but I think she's been stubborn to accept some help. But I still think he's helped her at times. I've done that for Don. So there's nothing wrong with that. Jason says 1, by a repair guy 1, the horse world 1, Tia 1. That's why you're trying so hard to get me to do the show with JB, Tiff, because you probably were offered like $2,500 up front, and you were probably offered like a $5,000 bonus if you could get me to do the show with JB Gunner. You tried really hard, Tiff. You tried hard. You ambushed me with Gunner on the panel. Yes, you did. Okay. You kept bringing it up for like a week or two, even after I kept on denying you and made it very clear I want nothing to do with JB Gunner. It's obvious to me that you were incentivized to do that. No one would try that hard for free, Tiff. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. Get triggered all you want. I don't care. Go on the show with JB and try to trash talk me over the same shit that everyone's been doing for years, and try to trash me on the same stuff I've called out night after night after night, day after day after day right here on my channels. Lucy says, I was on the fence about that, but now 1. Yeah, so even Lucy right now, a long supporter of yours, says 1. Steel Horse Fluffer, you are out of here because you're making fun of the Bon Jovi cover band that Don and I used to follow. So have a nice day, Steel Horse Fluffer. All right, so I got to get going, folks, here in a second. Get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in a few here, just a few minutes. Yeah, there you have it. I just basically put out the playbook of what's going to supposedly happen. Now, if these people do those shows or continue, I mean, what's going to happen? The same 20, 30, 40 Coach Eli haters will go there. And then you're going to have 30 or 40 lurkers that are on my side and Don's side regarding this. So they're going to have like 80 in the box wherever they go. If it's on, one of James's channels or something like that, they'll have like 110, 120 because they're going to bot themselves a little bit. And it's just going to be the same old thing. It's going to be the same old dumb thing, right? Body repair guy Raleigh says, I have friends that live where Eli lives at, and I've been out there, and it's so expensive. It's crazy. It is. It is. It is. It is. But we find a way to make it work. We find a way to make it work. Lucy says, that was a complete ambush. Really opened my eyes. Yeah, no, she did it because she was incentivized to do it. I'm sure Silicone, a.k.a. Brian, offered her a massive bonus, like $5,000, if she could successfully convince me to do the show with Gunner, which was going to destroy everything that Don and I have been building. She knew that was the wrong choice, but she had to try to convince me because she was offered a lot of money to do it. Everyone here is not buying it, Tiff. You sold out. You sold out. All right, folks, I'm going to get going. I'll be back later in the early afternoon or mid-afternoon. I'm going to do a Walking with Purpose stream, and then I'm going to take the rest of the night off. I got to do my beard tomorrow night. And Don and I were going to do our next Members Only live stream coming up this Saturday. We thought about possibly doing it later today, Friday, but we're going to do it this Saturday, tomorrow. It's probably going to be around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, right here on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but we also keep it raw and real at the same time. If you want to join us, you'll need to have at least a $4.99 channel membership. That's only going to work if you're there live. It does not include the replays. If you want the replays also included, and potential members only pre-recorded videos as well, you're going to have to go with the $9.99 package. So get your $4.99 or $9.99 channel memberships. Now, you can get a greater package than the $9.99 package, which will get you everything, live streams and live stream replays, etc. But anything over $9.99 is going to get you the same thing as a $9.99 package, and it's just going to be about how much more you want to donate monthly to sponsor and support the channel. Jason says, Tiff is losing a lot of credibility all over. If she doesn't quit, she'll have few options left. Yeah, Tiff, just come clean. Tiff, the best thing you can do right now is part ways with this group and call it out, and then, you'll save your face. But let's see what you do. Later, Elon, everyone says, by repair guy Raleigh. Lucy says, see you all later. All right, folks. See you all later. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.